Hi Chad, welcome to another stream. How we all doing today? It is Friday, the 26th of September of 2025. We are back for yet another stream. If you've been following the last couple of streams, we've been crunching some data, heating my house, and the data is collected. So it is time to process it, in theory. Well, let's see. Let me say hi to everyone who's here. Strange Sorcerer was first today. Hello, hello. JJMC is also here. Good to see you again. Strongly type. We got a notification replay. Where is this? Here it is. Anthony, why do you write code? Well, strongly typed. My father, Mr. Writes Code, and my father's father, Mr. Writes Code, have passed down this long-running tradition of writes code. Therefore, I have to follow in their footsteps. I don't fucking know. I do it, well, clearly not to make money anymore, but Fixer Jake, hello, hello, good to see you again. Easy Light's also here. How you doing? Ashley says first, indeed. Welcome, welcome. Easy Light helpfully points out you are fit. S1 Cube is also here. Good evening to you as well. Mr. Singh, hello, hello, welcome back. Are we banned from GitHub Actions? I didn't run the full... I didn't abuse GitHub Actions as much as I could have. Thank you for the bits, Mr. Singh. C++ indeed. It's true. S1Q says, Anthony finally moving to the dark side, working as a data scientist? Nah, we don't need any of that shit. We got a SQLite. Easy. Strange Sorcerer is going to get a job video soon. Yes. I was going to post, well, I was going to record it and post it, but I didn't have this data done. And I wanted the data. Where is the data? Well, we haven't processed it yet. I'm hoping to get this directory down to some smaller CSV files. I think we can probably represent it in maybe a megabyte. I'm hoping we get a megabyte out of this. Is that realistic? No, probably a couple megabytes. But we're gonna do a lot of processing today. Maybe we'll do some more multi-processing. But yeah, it should be good. Patrick OMG, hello, hello, happy Friday to you as well. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so a couple of updates since last time because I did need to change the code a little bit. Last time we were at this point. We got GitHub Actions workers working. Oh, and I realized that I don't have this open. And they did work. I didn't run that many of them because I sort of didn't want to get banned, so I only ended up running 120-ish workflow runs, and I did a parallelism of 4. I could have done a parallelism of 20, and I would have computed the data a lot faster. But I sort of knew I probably wasn't going to stream on Wednesday or Thursday, so I wasn't racing to get it done. But I noticed that, well, I did exactly 0 error handling when writing all of this, and so I realized a lot of the GitHub Actions workers were dying because they run this little spin loop for this URL here, and it turns out GitHub very frequently either SSL timeouts or sends a 500, or GitHub is flaky as hell. So I put a little band-aid retry on this. Also, I realized I was off by an order of magnitude here because when we were originally testing it, it was with 1 commit, and with the updates, it was 16 commits. So it was 4 times longer. And so waiting 20 minutes before even attempting to look at it is way better than waiting 2. So that reduced the amount of times that we were going to error. And yeah, so I expanded that out a little bit. The other thing I realized is that there are other files that would affect MyPy output. So I included a few more, including PyI stubs, dependencies but different, and the Python version. So I added those, and that added about 400 or 500 more commits that I had to process. But yeah. Oh, I'm surprised that this. Oh. Huh. This command is not right. So we probably processed some commits that don't matter. Oh well. That's fine. Pandoxer says, will you use DuckDB? Unlikely. Zithrius says, what is good, my home dog, slice dog? Not dog much, dog. Actually, today has been a fucking disaster. And not really a fucking disaster, but like, several things that could have gone wrong went wrong. So I guess let me start with, I woke up to no job. No, that's the same as the rest of this week. I woke up real early, and then I went back to bed, and then I woke up to do my daily walk. I do a little 2-mile walk every morning, and ended up doing a 5-mile walk instead, which is fine. Nothing's gone wrong up until this point. And then I'm like, shit, I gotta take my laptop in to return it. Also, the laptop return box they sent, it's very clear that this has been like the 50th time it's been used, because there was just like tape and stickers all over it. So they have recollected remote laptops many times. Anyway, return my laptop. Things are still going fine up until this point. And I realized today is Pokemon events. Miraidon, Koraidon shiny code giveaway at EB Games and GameStop. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna go get the fucking serial code from GameStop, because my god, what a fucking pain in the ass. You have to go to a physical store to get a stupid code. And I'm like, oh, it's this long window, so surely they're gonna give a ton of codes to all of these stores. So I go to my local GameStop, and they're like, yeah, we ran out of codes in the first 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is a many weeks event. How did you run out in the first 10 goddamn minutes? And they're like, well, they only give us 50 codes. I'm like, 50? For a game that has sold millions of copies, 50 codes per store? That's pretty tight. And they're like, yeah, but at least on the computer it says the other store has codes. I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to go all the way to Ypsilanti to get codes. And so, like, fine. I'm already out of the house. I'm gonna go to Ypsilanti and get a fucking code. So I drive to Ypsilanti and I go to the store and they're like, yeah, we didn't update the number in our system. We've been out of code since like 15 minutes after the store opened. And I'm like, God fucking damn it. I drove all the way to Ypsi for no reason. And I'm like, whatever. Serenity now, like, we just chill. It's not a big deal. I had fun driving, so it is what it is. But I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get a code. And not to mention, I would like to get 2 codes because 1 code only gives you 1 of the 2, and I would like both of them. And so I'm a little bummed, but I was like, I will just keep checking. I will just keep checking the stores over the next coming weeks, and hopefully I'll be able to get codes. And everything will be fine. But whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll drive home. And I get on the highway. And my car starts making this funny sound. Just like that. Precisely like that. And I'm like, uh-oh. That's not a good sound. That's not a sound that I want to hear. And it's correlated with speed, not with engine RPM. So I assume that it is something stuck on my tire, and not a good sound either way, but probably stuck on my wheel or tire. And about halfway through my drive home, thunk, a loud noise happens. And I'm like, Well, at least the first noise has gone away. But that loud noise, I don't know how I feel about that loud noise. That loud noise is not good. And then, about 30 seconds later, ding! My car's little light goes on. The screen pops up. Rapid tire pressure loss. And I can see the number going down, and I'm like, oh, fucking A. No. And I'm on the freeway at this point, and I'm like, oh. At least my car has run flat tires, but they're only rated up until 50 miles an hour at run flat. And I'm like 6 miles from home and like 3 miles from the place that I usually get that I got my flat tire repaired out last time. And I'm like, fuck. Okay. All right. I got to slow down to 50 on the freeway. I got to be that fucking guy. And like, there's this truck behind me that's honking at me. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm having a shit day. I can't go any faster. I know I'm driving a fucking Corvette, but I can't go faster. Trust. I have my hazards on. Like, I hate the people that drive slow with hazards on, but like, it was me. I was driving slow with hazards on. But I had a reason this time. Sometimes people are just like, oh, the traffic's slow, so I'm gonna put my hazards on. Like, no, that's not what they're for. But I get off the exit, I go to the tire place, I walk inside, and I'm like, I got a flat. And the guy's like, well, you could stick around and I might be able to get it done in like an hour. I'm like, I gotta stream. I don't have time for this, unfortunately. But this guy's super nice. So it's actually the same guy I talked to last time I had a flat tire on the same car. And yeah, the guy's super nice. And I was like, I'm gonna leave it here. I fortunately have running shoes on, so I'm gonna run home. Give me a call when you know what's going on. And I don't think I've gotten a call yet. Oh shit, I got a call minutes ago. Fuck. Alright, well, when I take a break, I'm gonna check on this. But anyway, I ran a 5K home, and I ran pretty fast, actually. I think Strava said that I had like a 740 pace per mile. I don't know that it is in real units. It was a 23:38 5K, if that helps you convert the units. But wait, that's crazy. Why does it think that my predicted half marathon is that fast? I guess I did sort of run that fast, but anyway, ran a surprise 5K. Oh shit. Okay. I take phone call. I'll be right back. Disput. Mute. Where the mute? All right, we're good. We're back. I know you couldn't hear me because I saw the little mute thing. Let me see what their hours are so I know when I can pick things up. Oh, I got plenty of time. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I got a flat tire again. I ran home, and now I'm here, and now we're streaming. So let me say hi to the rest of the people who are here, and then we're gonna actually jump into things. But yeah, my day has been a disaster so far. Mr. Swats, hello. How you doing? Welcome. What went wrong? You have a job again without noticing? Ayo. Holla, we them boys. Welcome back. Bazoot, good to see you again. 27 million. Yeah, there's no way they've put out enough codes. But you can buy another code for $100. That's what's really pissing me off is people are scalping them on eBay. Belnata says, is Koraidon the Pokemon game where we beat it with Lechonk? Well, we didn't beat it with Lechonk, but we did. It is the same Pokemon game, yes. Mizoot says we don't even have codes in my country? That sucks. Zithrius has linked a YouTube video. What is your YouTube video? What have you linked here? South Park, god fucking damn it. Nice. Emma's here. Hello. How you doing? Rightmost lane and hazards? Yeah, basically. Oh no, with the Corvette, yeah. Your game is still on if you're not aware. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything incriminating, so it's all good. It's all good. Stonkfish! He said Stonkfish is the best chatter. Welcome to the stream. Hello, best chatter. How you doing? Bingham, it's been a bit. Welcome back. How you doing? Speaking of Stonkfish, I gotta do my chess puzzles for today. Good reminder. And it's Friday, so it's a trickier one. JSON is the best database. I mean, basically what we're doing here. Okay, so let's see. We could sack the queen, but then what? That doesn't super help. Other than we could make big old battery, but we're also under fire over here. That seems survivable? No, because of this. Oh, but let's see. Is this survivable? Yes. So we might be able to use one move. I feel like we could also do this. But then the shit falls apart quickly. Oh, but maybe the play is just to win the queen. Let's try that. Nope. Let's try this instead. Oh, not there? Okay, close enough. All right, anyway. Emma says, I'm doing well. I figured out how to pass host functions through to Python statically linked to Rust running in Wazi sandbox. Holy shit. God damn. That one was easy. Okay, well, I wasn't thinking so well on that one. We beat the game with Flamigo, yes. We beat the game with this silly Flamingo Pokemon. Grandma's iPad says, when in doubt, sack your queen. I mean, yeah, basically. The Hutchery, hello. Welcome. Okay, so, we're gonna be processing data today. Yes. So, let's make a, process.py, sure. If main, array system, exit main. What do we need to do? We need to do a bunch of things. We need to first figure out what commits that we're processing, which is this. I sort of suspect we're going to be doing a lot of multi-processing. I'm surprised AutoPepe does not do this, but that's fine. Okay, so we got our commit IDs. We probably want to give them actual IDs, like numbers. Also, I wanted to see. Wow, I'm surprised so many started with 111. I want to see if all of them -L found data star mypi out. Do we have any files that do not contain this text? Yes, the answer is yes. And this is probably from commits that just crashed. I could use free threading, that's true. I got RC3. Is that the latest RC? This is the great thing about the new stuff that I've set up with Dead Snakes, is that I don't even fucking notice when shit gets released anymore, because it just does it automatically. What was the nightly at? It's at RC3. Okay, so that means we're good. Okay, given how slow grep-l is going here, I suspect that my data processing is going to take a long time. Particularly Pythonic. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Okay, that's actually not too bad. Only 4 commits in like 18,000 are corrupted. What do they even look like? Error constructing plugin instance. Are they all gonna be the same thing? Probably. Okay. All right, so let's just say we got some skipped commits, which is fine, because these ones are busted. Cool. Fury Virus says try with ripgrep, that would be more representative. You think ripgrep will be more representative of processing with Python? That's funny. That's very funny. Particularly Pythonic says, I'm well, how are you? I'm doing all right. Heating the house 2.0 now with processing. I don't think the processing is gonna be that expensive, in theory. I'm glad Jorb works. I forgot about that. Oh, that's good. I was gonna fix it if it didn't work, but that's pretty good. Good job, Bomshar. I hope the regex package for Python is optimized. I highly doubt that the regular expression engine is the slow part, because there's 9 gigs of data. Fix Jake says, sign my final mortgage disclosure. Yo, let's go. Particularly Pythonic says, how long did it actually take to get all the data? It finished last night, and we started, we sort of started mid-Monday, but I scaled it up a little bit by adding a bunch of computers, so, yeah. I technically will have a job. A sort of job, not really a job, but I'm signing a contract position temporarily, but yeah. Goldfish memory? Yeah. Okay, so we need to get all the commit IDs. We need to, we'll have an ordering for them. Let's just slice off the first 10 of them. Just to, oh, we need to add the other, we need to add the beginning commit ID. Because we remember, is it last commit or first commit? One of these we need somewhere. Fixjake says, I'm on a work trip till Wednesday, then close Thursday. Crazy week. Damn. Okay, so let's do a process commit function, which takes commit ID stir and returns who the fuck knows. I don't know. We'll figure out what it returns in a second. Yeah. Disk IO shouldn't be a factor for non-cold runs as it will be in your OS cache. Do you think my OS cache can afford 10 gigs of cache? I don't think that's how that works. But also it's not, it's virtualized. So the IO fucking sucks ass in virtualized setup. D-Dells, hello, how you doing? Stonkfish says it can't afford it. It doesn't have a jorb. Jory. Anyway, I don't care how long it takes, so that's not the problem. Okay, so I know that we need to grab our info, which is super easy. Data. Let's call it CID. Data CID info.json. Oh, we need to skip the skipped commits. We're just gonna pretend the skipped ones don't exist. Although, kind of interesting, we can figure out who fucked up oh. We can figure out who fucked up the skipped commits. Are any of these gonna be me? I feel like one of them is gonna be me. Get Sentry bot. That sounds like a revert. I do know this commit. I remember that one. What is this one? Revert! Great. Okay, anyway. We get to ignore those because they broke the plugin. Flashsource says I knew it was Leander. What? Also, how you doing, Flashsource? Welcome. Happy September 26th, everyone. What the fuck is September 26th? It's the 269th day of the year. Nice. Wikipedia doesn't seem that helpful here. Holidays. No idea. No idea. No idea. Sudo had 2 straight days of daycare. Apparently he was 100% zonked yesterday. He's just farting behind me. Nice. Sounds great. Lottery says my daughter's 3 weeks old today. Congrats. That's awesome. Grammar's iPad says, are you doing AOC this year or is it dead with all the AI garbage? I'm probably not going to compete, but I'm definitely going to do it. Yeah. My pie outs as a... Okay, so we need to process the MyPy output. Obviously not that one. And so we are looking for lines that have error and then end with an error code. And I hope the format is consistent. So we got a start. We've got not colon. Might as well make it a raw string. Who knows what we're gonna need. Not colon colon. That'll be our file name. I don't actually care about the line number. Error. And then squack it. Not squack it. Not squack it plus. It's a funny looking thing. And do these have trailing white space? No. Oh, and in fact they have space before them, if I remember correctly. So we can actually constrain this a little bit. This is gonna be weirdly backtracking, but I don't give a shit. It shouldn't be that slow. Okay. I think I'm gonna have per file and then per code. That'll be my little schema. So a default dict counter. This will be errors will be dict stir counter stir. Yeah. Errors match 1, match 2 plus equals 1. Let's see what happens with that. I should have run the type checker. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Now my windows are the wrong size. If I name counter, right. And then JSON. Contents assign. Cool. Good enough. It's September 27th. Ew. Not UTC unless you round up. Here you go. Bingham says, Regex is still a bit mysterious to me, and watching you bang this out in real time is wild. Well, if you want to get better at regular expressions, I have a really, what I think is one of my best videos. I know it's a really old one, but I think this is one of my best videos. So give it a try, and it might help you not feel terrible about regex. Banging in real time sounds like we're watching different screens. Ayo. Wolford's here. Hello, hello. How you doing? DL says, also, I've been at my new company for just over 2 months. Push the button to push my first owned service live at the 2-month point. Oh, that's pretty cool. Been pushing hard with new things regularly. Man, I'm happy that I don't have many things holding me back from improving things. That's a funny one. Well, I'm glad you're in that state. Prime Coder, hello. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Wolford's got a bongo. Ayo. Bingham says, I wish I could run linting in Babby on Windows. Yeah. It's because there's no way to cancel it. and it fucks up all sorts of weird process stuff. It's because curses is kind of a shit show on Windows. Particularly Pythonic says, I have both watched it several times and sent it to so many people. Bless. You're the best. You're so good. Cool. This output actually looks like what I want, which is cool. Sweet. I feel like there's gonna be a shit ton of data in a lot of this, but I think this is right. Wilfred says, wait, I'm so confused. What are we confused about? The Endless River says, are we banned from GitHub Actions yet? We didn't get banned, as far as I know. I only ran 127 runs, so I didn't really abuse it that much. I did the math, and like my local computers were gonna be fast enough to get most of it done by today's stream. That was the goal, today's stream. And so it ended up being fine. Are you looking for bang job, Wilfred? This is a work stream. No, it's not. But it is work code. But I'm trying to make a graph because I'm gonna make a video about my unjobbing, but I also want to call out some of the things that I'm proud of that I did during the 3.5 years I was at Century. And one of them is the amount of sheer willpower that I put into improving the typing situation. And so I am graphing all 19,000 commits of MyPy data to get a cool graph. I was confused, 2 p.m. on a Friday? Yeah, well, every day is a Saturday now. Mr. Singh says, I didn't know what we're doing and I'm too afraid to ask at this point. We are trying to process the 9 gigs of data that I generated. Yeah, I thought you're starting myby.ci. Grandma Simon says, wait, catch me up, you're gone. Any new ventures? I cannot talk about it until next week in detail, but yes, I am not at Century anymore. That's about all I can say. Yeah. Will I finally see import pandas? Hell no, we don't need pandas. We got regexes, that's all we fucking need. Yeah. So I kind of want to see how slow this is going to be without stuff. Without doing... Oh, look. This commit that we happen to pick is me, right? Because it's the first commit. Author stir commit time ends. MyPy stir. Python stir. By file is dict stir int. Is counter okay with this? Am I gonna have to say mapping? I guess I could just say counter stir. So return commit info star contents errors. Right. By file equals this. Yep. That explains the mustache? Imagine that was it. Wolfer says, we'll take it. More Anthong streams. Hell yeah. Kahawa, hello. How you doing? Anthony's opening a car wash. What? What? Kahawa, thank you for the resub at 9 months. It's good to see you again. And that, I believe, gives you a fancy new badge. Should be cool. The mustache existed before the unjobbening, but I do wonder if it played into their decision. No, I don't think so. Doubt. Z6, they're just collecting dust? You missed the story earlier, but my Corvette is not a Z6, and 2, Currently getting a tire fixed because I have yet another flat tire. Dye the stash purple. Oh no. Are we not grouping by stuff or are we sequeling? I think we're gonna throw this into a database somehow. And our potholes. This was not a pothole. This was, I'm pretty sure I ran over a nail attached to a board in Ypsilanti. This is not an Ann Arbor problem. I happen to be in Ipsy today and I'm blaming it on Ipsy. Okay, so I kind of want to see how long it's going to take to serially process 1,000 commits. Monotonic print T1 minus T0. And that'll tell us how long this is going to take. Without any multiprocessing, without any threading, how long is this going to take? Maybe I should have done 100 first. Also, it looks like it's going to take a lot of memory. Okay, 14 seconds for 1,000? And we have to do 19,000, and it only got to 2% memory, maybe 3% memory, so 20x that. It's like 60% RAM. We might need to serialize this out. But also, like, 2 minutes of time doesn't seem that bad. Badgie is true, Kawa. You do have a fancy new badge. Wilfred says, how many subs to dye the stash blonde? Ugh. I'll go grab Kevin if I need to. It's funny. Do we need to keep them all in memory at the same time? We don't. We don't. We can probably write things out. Write them out serially. Or write them to SQLite. 2 minutes doesn't seem bad. It's just sad. I mean, if I multi-process and PyPy, I can probably speed it up further. But I also like don't need to hyper-optimize this. I just need to run it once. Do we jam these in SQLite? Probably. That probably seems the best. That probably seems the best. How do I do that? I want to keep the commits in order. What's my schema gonna look like? Or do I just CSV it? I think I can just make 2 CSV files. Also, I think I should split this data from this data and compute those separately. Yeah. Since this is the actual chunky bits. Big stir, counter stir. Yeah. Okay, so we can get all of the commit infos and write those out. Probably. Actually, we can do this in SQLite. Yeah, let's do this in SQLite. Well, I kind of want it to be CSV so that people can generate graphs for me. So let's just do it as CSV. There'll be 2 CSV files. I don't even fucking know how to use the CSV module. Dict writer? Is that what I want? How do I... You can export to CSV from SQLite. True. True. I'm sold. Is the model called SQLite 3? Alright, I'm sold. If a stop path that exists, db.db os.remove. I know this is Toctow or whatever the fuck. I guess we could do it like this, except os error pass, fine. I guess we don't even need this. For CID in commit IDs. Oh, we gotta create the schema, execute, create table commits. Hash python mypy author commit time. Create table by file. Hash file code count primary key hash. That's not actually correct. Maybe I don't give a shit about primary key here. I just want to... This is actually the composite key. Hash file code. Is this the right syntax? I don't fucking know. I don't think you can have trailing commas in this either. I would like to take advantage of execute many, but I don't actually give a shit. This doesn't need to be hyper optimized. Why is this in a different order up here? Let's put it in the same order. Python mypy author commit time. That way we can insert into commits values 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I need commas? I don't even remember. And it's a tuple, so that should just work. Alright, let's try this so far. Oh god. Please fix. God damn it. Table commits has 5 columns with 4 values. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Four, 5. Therapy Dinosaur, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Fury Virus says, do you wish Python had namespaces? It does? What do you mean? What are you, a data scientist? I don't know. Obviously not a data scientist. He's not using pandas. Fuck pandas. We don't need pandas. Nothing beats CSV files. True. Sassery89, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Pandas has a 2 SQL and 2 CSV. Fuck it. We're not using pandas. No. Ormus says, just sticking my head in to say hi. Hello, hello. My favorite SQL command, create underscore table. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what we got so far. From commits. Limit 10. Wow, we have commits. Hell yeah. That's what we like to see. Alright, so now we can concurrent.futures. We can we'll just use process pool executor. What are the fucking methods on this thing? I think I want map, but unordered? Is there an unordered map? I feel like map does it in order, and I don't need that. What the fuck? Similar to map. Iterable is collected immediately, asynchronously, made concurrently. What is the default chunk size? It is 1. Okay, we can probably just use this. For res in concurrent dot, I guess we gotta make one. Concurrent dot futures dot. I mean, we could use a thread pool. Let's just give it 8 cores. It's function iterables, right? Unfortunately, I think this needs to actually return back this, otherwise we lose it. For CID by file. Commit IDs, we need the function. Insert into by file. Actually, we need to do 4. Can I just call items on a counter? I don't even fucking remember. Oh, here's where we can execute many, I guess. To insert equals CID fname code count. I think that's how execute many works. So let's just do 100 and see how long that takes. Let's run the type checker first. What did I call the function? Errors. Oh, I should have put time in front of it. Oh well. Took like 2 seconds. I don't know. Wow, that is a big database for not very many things. Holy shit, that's a lot of rows. I guess that makes sense. The first 100 commits are gonna have lots and lots of errors. This database might get really big. Let's see what it looks like at 1,000. And I need to fill up my water, so I will be right back. But first I will read chat, and then are these fields even guaranteed to be in order? Yes. Does the order matter at all in Python for struct/classes? This is a name tuple, so ordering is forced. Stonker says, why is Indiana calling me? Yo, same. This database is gonna get big. This database is gonna get big. I can probably shrink the size of the database by not using the commit ID, but just using the integer. That would reduce it by a lot of bytes. Patrick OMG says .mode box. Oh, we're good. Richard says, damn, you lost weight. Now with the new mustache, what happened? Divorce. When was the last time you were here? Well, then we can answer that question appropriately. 2022. So the answer is not exactly a divorce, but you could, I guess you could think of it that way. Yeah, I'm dropping in between. Let's just let it rip while I go fill up my water. Hopefully it doesn't run me out of disk, but I will be right back. I'll see you in a sec. Orlin, hello, how you doing? The Lumen, welcome to the stream. Last year, yeah, it happens. But I'll see you in a sec. All right, we're back. It's done. How big is the database? 4 gigs. That seems too big. Do I actually need both breakdowns? Probably not. We can probably do per file and per code, and that'll be enough, because I don't think I ever need both. So let's make this not so big. Let's make this not so big. Yeah. So we'll have 2 counters. That way it's not so big. By file match 1 plus equals 1. By code match 2 plus equals 1. Then I'll change this down here. It'll be some megabyte, close enough. Well, I think if I use the row ID as the primary key, as part of the primary key, so instead of like having the hash here, like this could be 4 bytes instead of 40. That probably reduces it by a lot. When I was thinking about the size, I was thinking about this as being 4 bytes instead of 40. I also could normalize these two, but I don't give a shit. But I'm realizing I don't need the double breakdown, so this will be fine. Okay, so by file, be hash file. Damn. And then we also want by code, which is gonna look suspiciously similar. Do you actually give a shit about the primary key? No. It's gonna generate row IDs, but whatever. So we'll end up with 3 CSVs at the end. Please, formatter, save me. Wow, impressive. Pound your stir. Just a bit, yeah. 11 megs for 6 days. Interesting. Off the band says, hey, you don't use Twitter anymore. It's true. I haven't used Twitter for a long time. Okay. Let's let it rip again. I don't know how bad decimal is at data storage size, but it might not matter long term. Yeah. Can you somehow correlate this with type errors and prod over time? Not anymore, because I can't see prod anymore. Twitter is still Twitter. I refuse to call it X. Yeah, X the everything website. Okay. 700 megs, a little bit better. I'm inserting both sets into the same table. True, indeed. Indeed. Good call. I did used to post there sometimes when I was going live, but now I just do it on Discord. Hey-oh, says Wusa. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Similar size. All right, so if we wanted to see, that's not how you're supposed to pronounce Dick's word. Oops, my bad, the threes. So for instance, if I wanted to find the sum of errors from commits where row ID equals the 1000th commit, inner join by file on commits.shaw equals by file.shaw group by commits.row ID. Is this to be commits.row ID? No such. Oh, it's hash. It's hash. Wow, there were 7,201 errors at the 1000th commit. What about at the 10,000th commit? 2,000 this many. What about at the 18,000th commit? Wow, number went down. What about it? One. Wow, look at that reduction. Okay, so that's the data. So how do I export this to CSVs? No, I haven't. The video will come out next Wednesday, probably, if I get it recorded. So how do I export as CSV? SQLite 3 export to CSV. Dot output test.csv. A fun one. MFGD is love. Nice. Okay. Dot mode CSV. Dot output commits dot CSV. Select star from commits. Whoop. That one's chugging a bit. That makes sense that by file is a lot larger. And I bet if I tar czvf y, I bet the tar will be pretty small because it'll dedupe a lot of shit. Hi, Kexit! Yeah, 64 megabyte tar, not too bad. Tells me that my data is what, normalized? Denormalized? Whichever the one that means that it's not a bunch of IDs everywhere. Cool. I guess I can. Well, I probably can't check in a 700 megabyte CSV file. Stream over, GG. Well, here's the fun part, chat. I don't really want to make graphs. I want you to make graphs for me. So I kind of want to just give you my data and let you make cool graphs with it. Does that seem like a thing that might be fun to do? Wow, look at the MyPy version getting bigger and bigger. It's so good. Kexit says, how are you doing, Anthony? I'm doing all right. Did I ever see your cool graph? Maybe? What is the max size for get LFS? I have no idea. I have no idea. It is funny that right before I was deleted, 3, 4, 5, 7 of the last 9 commits before my account was disabled were me. Good job, me. MyPy version go up is true. You could host the file on R2 bucket and Cloudflare. I'm pretty sure I could just host this this TGZ as a GitHub artifact, and that would be fine. So I'm gonna do that. Actually, let's. Is that gonna work? We'll find out. Why would that seem a lot faster? Why is it pipe delimited now? Oh, because I forgot to do dot mode CSV. Forgot mode CSV. I like making cool graphs, but I have no time. Same. You'll have to maybe give us a few questions you have for the data, except maybe errors over time. I think errors over time is interesting. I think error codes over time will be interesting. And I think watching the burn down of large files will be interesting, maybe? And I don't know. I don't know. Holy fuck. Some of these early commits. 14,000 adder defined errors. Yeah. Okay. And script to process data. We're gonna give this a tag. That way we can abuse GitHub releases. What do you mean cannot stat? What? Where's my shared folder? What the fuck? It's there. It has things in it. Shared folders. It's there. Maybe my machine's been up so long that it got confused. How do I copy this out then? Probably reboot the VM. I don't want to do that. I could log into GitHub inside the VM? No, that's not gonna work either. Tanya's got a 10 stream streak. Damn. Oh no, I didn't learn how to pronounce your name. Welcome back. Biol? P? How you doing? Good to see you again. I still didn't remember how to... I'm sorry. I have shared clipboard. True. I do have shared clipboard. So can I just... I also probably have drag and drop too. Does this work? No. Does this work? No. Copy. Paste. Why is there no paste? It does not work. Did not work. Yeah. Put you back in here. Whoa, what the fuck? Why is there... Why is it in both places now? What? Oh, I think I need to reboot the VM. I don't want to do that. Oh, drag and drop got reverted to? Yeah, probably. USB drive? Well, that might work. That might work. Let's see, is this USB drive full of garbage? Sort of. I'll clear that out. That makes me nervous. I hit Shift Delete and nothing happened. Why? Why? No, delete. What the fuck? Alright, well. Let me try a different drive. What's on this disk? A bunch of junk. Yeah, surely this will be fine. Devices, USB. Is it unknown device? I don't fucking know. None of these sound like the device. What is your device ID? It just says USB device. Driver details. Hardware ID. Oh right, USB mass storage is fucking weird. Carium 8, hello, welcome, welcome. OpenSSH, SCP. Yeah, I could SCP. I could start another VM. And okay, I'm cooking. Ready, chat? We're gonna start another VM. We're gonna start another VM that will have working file share. Yeah, I think guest editions crashed. I think you're right, Easy Light. Key error, love. Oh no, so sad. Biel says no worries. Still got a gold star for effort. I tried. At least I realized. At least you told me that the P was was your initial, and so I didn't try and jam it all together again. Just use the YubiKey. What? Tixva, hello, welcome. All right, so start this other VM. Bad password. Are your guest editions working? That's the first question. Do you even have shared folders? God, I hope so. 22, what is this one called? 2204. You do have a shared folder? Okay. And there's stuff in there, cool. Do we have OpenSSH server? We do, great. So now we can go here. Babby Box 2. Somehow I think it's not connecting. Oh shit! Yo! I'm cooking. And there it is. There it is. We have data. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right, if you want to fuck around with the data, there it is. All of this to avoid restarting a VM? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Windows probably has SCP, but it definitely doesn't have my SSH creds and stuff set up, so that wouldn't work so well. But this worked great. Okay. And I probably need to go. But if you all want to play, I mean, and if nobody generates a graph, that's fine. I'll do it later. But I think it would be cool to feature some viewer generated graphs in a YouTube video. So if you wanna play around with it, that's where it is. Oh, I don't think I had headers though. I don't think that CSVs have headers. But maybe you can just figure it out from the context. Yeah, I think these are pretty obvious from context. Just XY scatter all the data randomly. Yeah, there you go. Strange Sorcerer says, send the graphs in Discord. Yes, please post them in Discord. What are we graphing? The MyPy data for work, for previous work, for no longer work. Look at this graph. Mr. Swat says, who are you? I know it's a short stream, but I gotta run. I got shit to do. And unfortunately, I am out of town this weekend, so next stream will probably be Monday. Monday. Unless something wild happens and we have weekend streams. Oh, you were talking to Kexit. GP Tit? Wait, where did the cap go? Oh, there it is. Okay, but anyway, yeah, Monday stream. We will and Tuesday and maybe Wednesday. Yeah, we'll see. We'll do some graph review on Monday. True, but if you post them in Discord, everyone will be able to see them anyway. So anyway, that's gonna wrap us up for today. My name is Anthony. I upload educational content to my YouTube channel. Mr. Swats has resubbed. Oh, has received a gifted sub from Kexit. Thank you, Kexit. I appreciate it. Kexit, you're not even subbed, and you're gifting. You're so generous. I appreciate you. But yes, go subscribe to the YouTubes. If you missed any part of the stream, those will go on the second channel, anthonywritescode-vods. The ad is important because YouTube is weird. And join the Discord. That's where the graphs are going to show up, hopefully. Yeah. And that's where I announce streams and stuff. So go hang out. Do we want a graphs channel? No, just put them in stream chat. Just put them in stream chat. I put graphs here, hearts message in stream chat. Okay, that's gonna wrap us up for today. Thank you all for stopping by. I will see you around the future. Have a good one, chat. Peace.